Hi, and welcome to Opportunity Knocks. We're very happy that you're here. We're happy that we're here. We're excited to bring you all the opportunities that we could find this week. Every week, we delve into all the cool opportunities to bring it to you, whether it's a job or an opportunity to work from home, or like what Aimee's going to present today, a little opportunity to maybe think about writing your own book. Oh my God, that is so exciting. So I am going to turn it over to Lady Lou right now, and we're going to whip right into it.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you, Marian. We so appreciate all the good work Marian does with the technology. And we welcome you, Aimee. Please tell us how to pronounce your last name. I don't want to slaughter it.
No, so my last name is Ravichandran. It's a lot more difficult than my maiden name. So I went from 4 letters to like 16. So I totally understand. You can just call me Amy R, and that's good too.
Sounds like a winner. And we do have sound effects today.
Yes, we do. We
Love
have dogs barking and children having fun.
it. Yes.
The only thing we're missing is my cat.
That'll be next, right?
That he may come. But that just says we're working from home and we love it. And we want you to love it too, because Marian has some beautiful opportunities for working from home today. And we've got over, I'm going to say 50 shows of work, well, almost 50 shows that we've done previously. They're called work. What did we used to call it, Marian?
Work from home.
Work from home. So if you go to our YouTube channel and type in Marian LaSalle in the browser on YouTube and click on her little picture, and it'll take you straight to Natural Curiosity. And you can choose from any one of our programs. So we've got 150 or more of them over there already that she and I have done. And she's got a lot more that she did before I came on board. So we'd love for you to go over there and share. Oh my goodness, please share our stuff, because that's how everybody gets to know things. And if we don't know, we don't know. So, Aimee, we are so glad you're here. We have found out about you through our friend Sandy Lawrence here in Houston. And you're where now?
I live in Bryan College Station.
Oh,
Is where
that's
I
right
live.
Exactly. Up the road from me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And
How do
she
you
has
like living up there?
It's different. I lived down in League City, the Friendswood area, the Clear Lake for about 3 years. And that was small town, but in a big city, and now I'm in a small town. So it's an adjustment, but it's nice. It only takes me 20 minutes to get across town instead of like an hour and a half. So there's
Yep.
bonuses to it. There's bonuses. But no, thank you guys so much for having me on. I'm really excited to be on with you guys
Oh, well,
today.
we are too. We can't wait to talk with you about all the wonderful things you do in publicity and PR and helping authors. So we'll get to that in just a few minutes, because Marian's got some wonderful, exciting job opportunities. So I'm going to turn
Well,
it back to you, Marian.
thank you. But before we do that, I want to give you the opportunity to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Okay. So I'm going to put up something here on the screen that gives you a little more information. As you can see, you can win a $25 Amazon gift card through our Opportunity Knocks contest. And today's sponsor is our famous Lady Lou. And I want her to tell you a little bit about all the things that she has, like lunch with her friends and things like that. But we'll save that to the end after we get through talking about the job opportunities. Okay. So go over to NaturalCuriosity.Life and click the big contest button, and who knows, you could win $25 gift certificate. Don't you like winning stuff?
I
Yes,
do.
I do
I
Love
too.
it.
certainly do.
I do
So
too.
anyway, charge into those great jobs, Marian.
Okay. So, for those of you who are new, haven't seen our show before, or haven't been here in a while, I want you to know that my focus is on you being able to work from home. Okay. Not having to get in your car and go through the traffic. Aimee just talked about living in Houston, where it could take you an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, to get on one side of Houston to the other. And that's not a joke. Okay.
No.
That's a real possibility. And sometimes that can get to you. Sometimes the wear and tear on your car and the gasoline and all the things that come to having to be somewhere can really get to you. especially when you're used to working from home because of COVID. Okay. And now your job says, hey, you got to come back to work. Well, I want you to know there's opportunities for you to make just as much money as you made before, but you can do it from home, and you can use your skills to maybe even try something new. I was watching the news just yesterday, and they were explaining how these corporations are no longer asking for a college degree. If you have the skills and you can, if you have a good resume and you've done volunteer work, or you have what it takes for them to feel confident about you, they're going to hire you without a college degree.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
I love it. It's time.
It's time. I feel sorry for all those people who have all that, debt now but anyway. Okay, so let's get into a couple of the jobs that I found, remote jobs. I only look for remote jobs because you can go to work for these companies, but these are remote jobs that they have right now, okay? All right, the very first one is a company that I think that you're going to be very interested in. We've talked about them before. It's called Lionbridge. So if you go to lionbridge.ai, you're going to see that they have some amazing opportunities. And if you can't read this, I'm just going to go over it a little bit. Lionbridge AI partners with the world's most innovative companies to develop and improve their AI-powered products. Now, what is AI, Lady Lou?
Artificial intelligence.
There you go. If you didn't know what it was, it's all about the robots of the world, right? Jetsons, here we come. Whether it's improving the relevance of search engines or training digital assistants to understand more languages and dialects, their teams help break the machine learning barriers and build human learning bridges around the world. And you can be a part of it. All you have to do is go to lionbridge.ai. Now, they do require at least a GED or a high school diploma. But here we go, no college. Woo-hoo. And for cultural awareness, this particular job is called an ad rater. They want you to live in the United States for at least 5 years, 5 consecutive years, okay? And their skills are very simple. If you have been on Google, if you know social media, you've been on Twitter and Facebook, which most of us have, then you should be okay. The experience of web browsers, that's something we all do every day, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't get on their computer? I know a 90-year-old man who's on his computer every day. Anyway, I think this is a great opportunity. Ladies, what do you have to say?
I'm for it. This is great stuff when you can work from home.
Oh, yeah. I think this is, amazing, especially, like you were saying, Marian, everyone's on their computer. It's always good to kind of learn and dive into new things, and work from home, especially. Yes, Lord knows I am all about working from home. I've done it for so long. I don't think I could go back to an office. Honestly, I don't think I could.
Right. And, that happened to a lot of people who were used to going into corporate, going downtown, wherever they worked. And now all of a sudden, I kind of like working from home. It was an adjustment, honestly. And Lady Lou and I, one of our clients has a co-working space, and we talk about all the benefits of that. Once in a while you could go, if you really have an important meeting, you could go and rent a room for $20, okay? A very private room, high-speed internet. They have a restaurant. They're up on the 12th floor. It's gorgeous. I mean, this is the type of thing that you could have in your back pocket if you do want to work from home, and occasionally you need to get away from the dog and the kids, okay?
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. I am all, please let me know the name or how to sign up, because that's wonderful. I would totally do that. While my babysitter's here, I'll just do all my meetings there and have a great view. Oh, yes. I'm for it.
Yeah, they have free parking. They have 24-hour security. They have covered parking, of course. They have if you park up on the 3rd floor, you can just walk right into the building with a crosswalk. Lady Lou, what else do they have?
A restaurant on the 2nd floor.
What?
Yeah, and the high-speed internet, a great view, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
have wonderful receptionists that answer your phone or deal with you when you're there and keep the place clean. And Marian's one of them. She just loves this place.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, working from home doesn't mean you always have to stay at home. I don't want you to think that you can never leave again, right? It could be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay, it could be a part-time gig or something that you're working from home to build your own business. So there's lots of opportunities for that. All right, the next one we have, which I think a lot of you who have a lot of heart are going to appreciate, and this is Idealist. Idealist.org. So they have thousands of openings at nonprofit organizations. I'm I'm just thrilled, honestly. I'm just thrilled that I found this place. It's amazing. I'm just I can't even tell you how I stumbled across this, but it's more than just jobs, okay? This Idealist has lots of different things that you could go. You could volunteer. There's a lot of different things that you could think about. So let me just read to you what they believe. We believe that together we can build a world where all people can lead free and dignified lives, meet our team and see where we come from, what we do, and where we're going. They have regular jobs, they have remote jobs, they have a combination of those two. And I think this is an opportunity for you to at least go over and look at it. Idealist.org.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's so many openings.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that I am going to do something I've never done before. So listen up. Ready? I want you to schedule some time with me. 30 minutes is fine. And just tell me what your dream is. Just tell me what it is that you want to do, whether it's work related or whether it's, whatever it is that you feel like you haven't been able to figure out how to do it. And I want to help you. Okay. So just go over to NaturalCuriosity.Life and schedule some time, because I want you to be doing what you love, because the happier you are, the happier our world is, the happier Marian is, honestly. And I have found that I'm happy. So I want to spread it out.
Share the wealth.
There you go. Share.
And the wealth can be happiness. It doesn't have to be money. It can be anything. And Marian's offer is genuine. I know it comes from her heart.
Oh, Kelly Ann is in our audience. She's watching us from Facebook.
Hey.
She says, "Good morning, ladies. Love this segment. Can you please messenger me on LinkedIn? I applied to a few from last week." Okay. So she brings up a good, something good for us to talk about, because every week we do this segment. It's the first part of our show, Opportunity Knocks, where we bring opportunities to you. And so you could go back how many weeks? I mean, a couple of years maybe, where you could see all the different opportunities that we have available. Most of them say work from home, but the Opportunity Knocks is at least 3 months old, and we have this segment every time. It's been a real treat for us. So thank you, Kellyanne. We're glad that you're here. And I'm just thrilled that people are listening to us and finding opportunities.
Exactly. And it's so easy to share the program on YouTube. If you go over there, just press the little button that says share, and it takes you to all the platforms. All you have to do is click them, write a little message, and they're gone. And it's posted to all of those platforms. So give it a shot and share with your friends.
We are live every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. We're on LinkedIn. We're on from Marian LaSalle. If you just look up Marian LaSalle, you'll see us on LinkedIn. We're also on Facebook under Natural Curiosity, and we're on YouTube. And then we take the audio out and we put it on the podcast platform. So no matter where you are or what you're doing, you can tune in to Opportunity Knocks. Now, I'd like to turn this over to Lady Lou. I want to bring up an image for you to see. And we're going to talk with Aimee now about some of the opportunities she has.
Yes, there. I love the thumbnails Marian makes. They are so They're clever, they're innovative, and they're just really beautiful. Thank you for doing that so well, Marian.
So what do you think? What do you think we're going to be talking about with Aimee today? Does this give you any hint?
No, none at all.
Not at all. Well, Aimee, why don't you give us a brief overview of what you and your company does for people? Because this is exciting news that I think a lot of people want to know about. So tell us. Yes.
Absolutely. So I'm Aimee Ravichandran. I own Abundantly Social, and we recently merged with Perceptive Public Relations, a PR firm. And so we help authors and small businesses kind of break through and get noticed on social media, on different podcasts. And we also help them get their book in front of different readers, get reviews and sales. So we're kind of all about, at the moment, authors and small businesses. So however we can help is what we do.
Yes. And I know there's a lot of us out there that social media has become so big and so widely followed, and we're trying to keep up with it. I know I'm one of those because I don't have a lot of time. Do you actually help people with their social media?
I do. So at the present moment, I've probably managed over the course of my 8 years, probably close to 100, 150 different social media accounts. So currently it's a smaller number because I'm shifting gears, with this whole pandemic and stuff. I took the opportunity to create something new. So I'm, kind of juggling both, and I have 2 kids from home. So working from home is ideal for me, but social media can get very overwhelming and time consuming if you don't know how to do it effectively. And who really has just hours to sit on social media except for me, right? I have plenty of hours to do that for everybody. So we try to take away the overwhelm, because if you think of social media as, a fashion wheel, the fashion cycles always come back around, like the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, so social media is kind of in that sense. So Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn could be really popular, but then you have these other ones like Clubhouse and TikTok and Instagram that are coming back up. And that can be overwhelming, trying to keep up with the latest trends that could just be a fad and die off, or they're going to be really popular, and how can you utilize that effectively? And that's overwhelming for a lot of people. So we take that out. We become experts in those. We understand what it takes. We go through all these, different, like social media marketing or social media examiners, my biggest friend of everything. I learned so much from them. And so we just take what we learn and implement it so you don't have to. So we really help you in that way, because it can get confusing and overwhelming, and it changes every 3 to 6 months. And who wants to learn a new algorithm that often, right? I mean, I love it, but not everybody else does. So
yeah, and I know I watched a video recently. Some marketer had done a webinar on the new Facebook rules, and that, of course, that is the algorithms that change it you were talking about. I didn't know they had rules over there. I just thought you could post anything you wanted to, but they have rules.
Yeah, there's rules, and there's social media etiquette. Most people don't talk about the etiquette of social media. They just think it's free reign. And it's not, especially coming from like a professional, or, like an author, publisher, a small business, a coach, whatever. There's an etiquette to posting, and you can break those etiquettes, and you can break rules, and then you can get put in Facebook jail. Most people don't really understand. They're like, oh, I can just be in jail for an hour. Some people are in jail for days, weeks, months, depending on what they did, so you got to be careful on that. For sure.
So we need professional help. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like most people do. But I mean, there's a scary side to social media and overwhelming, but there's a beautiful side to it, because it makes you, here comes my daughter, it makes you connect with people all over the world, and get your eyes or get books in readers' hands from all over the world, or your business get exposure to all over the world. And that's one of the beautiful things about social media, that without it would be extremely difficult to do. And so that's why, your business or your book or you as an author should be on it. It's super important.
I want to talk a little bit about your baby. Okay. So I've been watching you for a long time because Sandy and I started our business at the same day. We literally met the day after we said, okay, we're open for business. And that was,
wonderful.
30 years ago. I don't know. So anyway, it was a long time ago. And so I saw you when you first had your baby. Okay. And you didn't hesitate to start a business with a brand new baby. Like it was an infant.
Yeah. So I had been working with Sandy for, I don't know, 6-7 years. I've been working with Sandy, and she, I started Abundantly Social when I was still in Houston. I wasn't really playing around with it. I just kind of came up with the name. And then it wasn't until I got actually pregnant with my daughter, we were moving, that it really got traction and started growing. And I was like, well, I'm not just going to hamper it because I'm pregnant, I'm having a baby, and my life's changing. I'm just going to adapt, and we're all going to change together. No, she's fine. Yeah, so she's okay. She just wants attention, but she found her sister, so she's good. She's okay. Yeah, that's the beauty of having them so close together. They're BFFs. But I wanted to. I
admire you for just saying, "Oh, I'm going to go into business whether I have a brand new baby or not. I'm going to," and everybody kind of went along with it, and so you felt comfortable doing it, and so I love that you didn't have to go and get a babysitter and leave your house every single day to have a job to bring in the money to feed your family. I mean, this is important for people. I got to tell you guys that because this is so this really pulls at my heartstrings, that so many families live without their mom and their dad, or just their mom or just their dad, because of that, because they had to go to work. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I love remote work. Your dogs, sometimes people put their dogs in a crate and they're there for 8, 10, 12 hours. And so this is one of the reasons why I feel so strongly about what we're talking about: working from home, being your own boss, having a flexible schedule. So thank you, Aimee, for being the poster child for what it is that I'm talking about here.
Oh, anytime. I'm welcome to be that anytime. But no, I mean, just to kind of, continue what you were saying, is it's brought freedom to my life. Like, I have a babysitter one day a week on my busiest day. Right. So I try to schedule all of my meetings with my clients, or, do all my heavy stuff on one day while I have her here for 5 hours. And then the rest of it, if we have meetings the rest of the week, other than Monday, my kids are on my meetings. It's just, I want my kids to be here with me while I grow it and to see it and be a part of it. But I also want to be their mom. So juggling it gets challenging at times. So it's always, when I'm talking to a potential new client, or just talking to someone, that wants to write their book or needs advice on it. Yeah, I mean, you guys hear my kids in the background now, and it's just like, I'm sorry, those are my kids. Like, it's life happens. I'm at home, and I want to be both a parent and a business owner. And together, that's just chaotic and a hot mess, and I'm all about it. I'm like, let's just do this. We're going to do it, and it works. And I mean, everyone's been really receptive and open to it. But I find it to be, you're just more honest, and you're like, I'm at home, I have my kids, I want to be with my kids.
Yes.
People kind of respect that, and where they're like, oh yeah, it's fine that they're on the call and stuff. Trying to hide them and stuff just doesn't work in my life. I love my kids. I'm proud of my kids. So even when they're hot messes, like right now, I'm so proud of my kids. I'm embarrassed because they're crying, but at the same time, it's okay. It's life happens, and you roll with it. You can't let it stop you. You have to keep going.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. Now, Lady Lou, she has a cat that for some reason loves the limelight. So you'll see her cat. He's big and he's black, and he just takes up the whole screen. And I just love that. So I come from the era where you had to hide that. You could not do that. You had to be professional. You had to have a very professional film crew in order to be on television, or there was none of this social media stuff back then. And we showed up with the cameras and the lights and the microphones, and they were scared to death They'd never seen anything like that before. I mean, we had people melt down in front of my eyes because they were scared to death of this big camera that was, and it was a to-do. It was a production. And if you didn't produce like that, you couldn't play the game.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been such a wonderful opportunity to see how we've relaxed and we let people be human. We let people drink on screen. Ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? We let people be who they are. Now, I want to really dive into a few more things, and I know Lady Lou has some questions for you. Tell us your favorite client. Tell us the best client you ever had and how you want 10 more of them.
Oh, wow. My favorite client. Okay. Way to put me on the spot. No. So I would say that my ideal client is one that's understanding and laid back in the flexibility, right? Because some months I'm going to have a ton of podcasts for you to be on, or a ton of speaking and a ton of publicity options. And some months, not a whole lot's going on. That's for your book or for your niche of a business, right? So for me, it's being understanding of how that works, and that, you may be super popular one month and you may not have a whole lot going on another month, and just understanding the times. I think for me, that's kind of the ideal for me. I mean, you can send me 1,000 emails, you can text me, you can call me all day. That is perfectly fine with me. The more communication, the better. I'm all for it. The understanding, I think for me, is golden. If you're an understanding person, you can kind of be laid back about it and be like, oh yeah, this is just how the game is played, and not want to be instant famous, right? Like, I feel like, I'm a millennial, and I don't always claim my millennial title all the time, but we like instant gratification. And I think understanding that is unrealistic and does not happen overnight is, ideal for me.
But they've seen that before. They've seen people be overnight successes, so they want it.
Yeah, but not all of them were overnight successes. You don't see the whole back door where they've been doing it for a long time and it just took one day, right? But they've been doing it for a really long time. They just pitch it as an overnight sensation.
Yeah.
It's not reality.
Now I'm gonna throw one more question in here, and I know Lady Lou's dying to ask you something else. How well do you know TikTok, and do you help people with their TikTok shows?
With TikTok, so I would say my niece knows TikTok very well. I don't help people with TikTok just because that's not a personal platform, but it's one where I would need to be there with you recording to have you do, like the dances and stuff. So that is the one platform I will not touch, is that one. I feel like that's a personal one. So.
Well, it is. And it's a fun platform. So why not have fun?
Okay. All right. So not necessarily. I'm going to teach you guys something. Okay.
Okay.
My very first TikTok got the most hits of anything. So I decided, that's interesting. All right. And here's how I did it. So anybody could do this, as long as you had a husband or a neighbor that could hold your phone for you. Mm-hmm. So I have a friend who's a cook. She's a chef, not a cook. She's a chef, and she is a nutritionist, certified nutritionist. She's a certified life coach, and she loves cooking. And she has her own show on YouTube and Facebook and things like that. And she's a regular contributor to our newsletter. So Lady Lou and I put together a newsletter that goes out every week, and she's a contributor, and she sends us her recipes and things like that. So I come over for the Pink Moon celebration, and mm-hmm. I take very small little videos, like 3 to 8 seconds. Okay. She's chopping this, and then she's doing that, and then she's moving this around, and then she's peeling that. And then I just upload it to TikTok, and it puts it together for me. I click something for music, and the music's done, and up it goes. Within 30 minutes, you have a TikTok that is like going viral.
Wonderful. You can do the same on Instagram Reels.
Oh,
Did you
really?
know that was created to compete with TikTok?
I didn't know that. See, we just learned something.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I can help you with Instagram Reels. I can do that. TikTok is just a completely different platform, and I can't be there with everybody, because everybody's all over the world. So
Yes.
Instagram Reels, I can teach you how to do that one. That competes
Okay.
with TikTok.
It's a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a
Perfect.
class.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I love it.
Well, what we need is for you to join Marian's mastermind and teach all of us. Marian does this mastermind that has been going for over 2 years, 3 years. I've forgotten how long now. And she's always teaching us something new. It's not the normal mastermind. This one, we have trainings. And of course, we talk about our work and we get ideas from other people if we have a little challenge. And we're also writing a compilation book together. That's
wonderful.
But Marian has got a thing on this. It's tonight, Tuesday evenings at 8:00 Central. Marian's going to do some teaching tonight. What did you tell me we're going to learn tonight?
I don't remember.
It's going to be a surprise. It's a surprise.
This is right. But she teaches us stuff. And it's things that none of us know. She taught us how to have a Patreon page. And let's see, Canva. She teaches Canva. And it's a free platform. If you know, until you get to the point where you need more, they have a paid version. And Patreon is basically a free platform, but that you do have to, when you have patrons, you have to pay a certain percentage back to Patreon to keep the website going. But I mean, there's so much out there that we have learned from Marian. And this would be a perfect opportunity because other people do trainings on our mastermind. It's not just Marian.
I love that. Yeah, I love this opportunity, Aimee. What she's giving you is I don't do it for them. See, you do for them. I teach them how to do it themselves. Whether they do it or not is usually not the case, but they like learning, right? They like being there. They like the energy and everything. So if you came in and taught us something in the mastermind, then they would probably hire you to do it.
Right. Okay.
That's an opportunity.
I believe I hear about your mastermind all the time through Red O'Loughlin.
Oh yeah,
he talks about it because he's in Through the Eyes of Authors, which is like a similar thing. So we teach authors how to market and do their book or self-publish their book, whatever. And so he's in there, and then when he comes on the mastermind with that, he's like, "Well, in Marian's, we learned this." And I'm like, "I need to be a part of Marian's, right? Like, give me the information." I love it.
I've been a guest on yours. Yeah.
Yes. You talked about Patreon.
I think I did talk about Patreon and maybe even podcasting. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the opportunities are there, you know, for both of us to, it's like you have a community, I have a community, and we do something together, and both of our communities see each other, and whoever like, you know, I love it. I love this.
It is so good. And we've been most of us have been there for 2 and 3 years. We don't leave, even if we don't use the stuff she teaches us, because I don't have a cell phone. So I don't learn some of this stuff.
Oh my
it's
goodness.
Okay. It's okay. Us old folks, sometimes it's harder to get us into technology. I'm doing good just to do the computer.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff on your phone, though, you can do on the computer, like Instagram. You can at least view it. And if
you can't without a phone.
No, you can do it on your computer. Yeah, you can. You just go to the Instagram.com, and then if you have a Surface like I do, you can actually post to Instagram from it. I just have multiple screens.
I could not get it to log me in without a cell phone. I have to have
that's interesting.
The code. Yeah, you have to have a code, and they have to send it via your cell phone. I don't have a cell phone.
Interesting.
So
I'll come help you. I'll come help you. I'll help you out.
Well, so now we know another expert. We used to have a show called Ask the Experts. And here you are. This is beautiful. So you help authors. You help people with their social media. What else?
Oh, well, I have so many things. I am recently getting ready to launch and you guys will actually be the first podcast I'm talking to it about. So that's super exciting. But I'm actually getting ready to launch a book subscription box to help, independent authors and small press authors kind of get more readers and stuff, because there's some amazing authors that are out there that aren't published by, Simon & Schuster or New York Times best authors, but they're fantastic writers. They just haven't been discovered by big corporations yet. That's how I like to call them. So we're getting ready to launch a subscription box to get these authors out there and get them into readers' hands. So I'm super excited about that.
Wow.
I'm also a part of, I do so many things. I'm also on the Houston Writers Guild and kind of helping their authors and writers. So right now I'm really heavy in authors. I also work with a like ADHD coach and real estate and, wellness centers. So I'm literally just all over, and I am open to it, and I love it. So.
Oh, gosh. And all your information is in the description below the videos and on the podcast too, so they can connect with you. That's the beauty of these shows. We put your word out there, and then people can find you. So, our time is gone. We hate that part, but it just has to go so fast, unfortunately, when we're having fun. And we have enjoyed you very much, Aimee. Thank you for sharing. This has been huge. I think the more people will see this, the more clients you're going to gather, because they need what you're offering.
I agree.
Did you have a last word, Marian?
I just love you. I love being here. I love sharing. And I would love it if you would reach out to us on Opportunity Knocks Show or NaturalCuriosity.Life to see what kind of opportunities we can come up with together. And so until next week,
yes,
have fun.
Thank you, Aimee. Thank you,
Aimee. Guys. This was
we'll
awesome.
have you back.
Oh, thanks. It was so much fun. Thank you, everybody.
Aimee.